Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Davey Deathray here. Hope you guys are having a great weekend so far. It is Saturday, January 31st, 2026. And yeah, originally we were going to go live last night. I had some stuff come up with work and I just had to take care of it. So just had to push everything back. Originally last night we were going to do a live stream, just going over our fan written Stranger Things alternate finale. However, early on in the day we got news of actress Catherine O'Hara's passing, and she's an actress I really loved growing up. I mean, as far back as Home Alone, of course. And then I guess even before then, seeing her in Beetlejuice, which, by the way, if you haven't checked the title of the stream, we're going to watch Beetlejuice here tonight and celebrate her career and talk about her a bit. But yeah, even going from there as far as, like Best in Show and those Christopher Guest movies always cracked me up. She auditioned for SNL way back in the day after being on Second City for so long, and unfortunately never made the cast of SNL, but I guess because of that we got some movies with her in them as well, so I guess it kind of balances out a little bit there. But yeah, originally we were going to do the Stranger Things thing last night. Wanted to jump in and do something for Catherine, just something to celebrate her career, and realized we've never done a Beetlejuice watch party here on the channel, and Beetlejuice is fucking fantastic. So why the heck not enjoy an old school kind of watch party? We don't do these very often on the channel anymore, but I do have a link pinned in the chat. So if you want to, if you don't have Disney Plus or wherever this is, I found a spot where you can watch it. So click that link and you can watch along with us here. Is the camera too close to me? Maybe it is. Or maybe it just needs to go, whoa. How about that? Sending you guys for a little bit of a trip there. Okay, yeah, and you're getting Blazer Davey because technically it's late night. So technically we have a late night with the Davey here. And I've got my Evil Dead shirt on. It's your sister, Cheryl. Okay. Here we go. Let's see who we got hanging out in the chat. I'll say what's up to you guys, and then we'll just get rolling with this thing. How about it? We got Chris and Shell talk movies. How are you guys doing? Welcome on in. Hope y'all are doing well here. We got Prince jumping in as well, watching Dick Tracy and Best in Show in 2 weeks. So you're putting it on hold for 2 weeks, but still good stuff. I don't even remember, like, when I think of Dick Tracy, it's been so long since I've seen that movie. Like, almost 30 years, probably 30 years, because I think the movie's about 35 years old now. I'm like trying to think, like, who is she in that movie? Because it's been so long since I've seen it. So I guess I should go back, check out Dick Tracy again. God, she's so funny. I mean, Best in Show is just hilarious altogether. We got Antonis hanging out with us. How are you doing, Antonis? Gory Tiger, what's happening, Gory? We've got Erica, one of our great channel members and Death Squad mods. How are you doing, Erica? Hope the weekend is treating you well also. We got Slasher Fred jumping on in. Dick Tracy was one of those movies, along with The Nightmare Before Christmas, that was moved to Touchstone. Yeah, I know that Warren Beatty was trying to get Dick Tracy made for a while, and that when Batman came out, it like really created that urgency when Tim Burton's Batman came out. Let's see here. We got Dave jumping in with an RIP to Catherine O'Hara. Absolutely. Yeah, once we get the movie going, guys, I'll probably like pull up a little bit of a bio and read some things. I feel like we got a little, bit of an intro though there on just her career, but we'll go through the whole thing as we watch the movie. We got Ray jumping on in, one of our great channel members and Death Squad mods. And gosh, I just have such a crush on this girl, guys. How's it going, Ray? Great to see you. Hope you're having a lovely, lovely night. Say hi to Nippers for me. Okay, who else do we have in here? We got Jigsaw kicking it with us. What's happening, Jigsaw? Hope you are doing well. And I think we are all caught up with the chat. Sweet, guys. I forgot about this the other night until like an hour in. Make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell. so you don't miss any, little texts or notifications about me going live or dropping a video, which, by the way, a little over an hour ago, I dropped a video. So yeah, make sure the notification bell is hit and you won't miss any of that kind of stuff. And then I guess I don't see any reason to wait to get into the movie. Are you guys going to watch along with me? Who's watching with me? Let me know. Oh, you know what I will say, though? Before we get going, I do have a poll in the chat. What's your relationship with Beetlejuice? Is this your first time watching? Have you just not seen it in years? Are you a regular weekly quoter of the film, or do you live this film as if it were your religion? Let me know in the chat. Looks like out of the 12 votes, 33% of you are saying haven't seen it in years, and 33% are saying it's Showtime is my religion. So there you go. I'll let that keep on going for a minute there. And then I didn't even address this, guys. We're going to do the Stranger Things thing tomorrow. So I'm going to be going live like every night through Wednesday. It's going to be wild. It's going to be wild. On Tuesday night, I'll be over on Fauci's Cinema. The other nights are going to be here. On Monday, it's going to be with the members. We're going to talk about Screams 3 and 4. So I'm really excited for that. Okay, let's see what else we got going on here. Chris and Shell are going to be watching along. There we go. Not watching along. I've never seen it before. Oh my gosh. It's such an easy watch. Beetlejuice is one of the easiest movies to watch for sure. Christine is jumping in, says, hey, can't watch the movie because it's not any of my streaming services, but just dropping to say hi. Christine, I do have a link pinned in the chat. If you want to use that link to watch the film, feel free. You don't have to. Ray says, I was listening to Nightmare Before Christmas songs earlier and had a small cry. R.I.P. my girl, Catherine. Yeah, it's, I know 71 is not technically young, but in this day and age, feels like 71 is kind of quick to go when it's kind of out of nowhere. Now, you know, we don't have all of the information or anything like that. It sounds like it was something that just was a medical emergency that escalated and, unfortunately took her life. But yeah, it's kind of shocking. You know, it's wild. I think of her as, I just think of her as kind of like a mom figure from the Home Alone movies, but then just how hilarious she was in all of those Christopher Guest films. Like, she was amazingly hilarious. Like, she doesn't even really get to be funny in Home Alone. She just gets to play a really good mom. You know, maybe she has like a couple bounce off moments that are pretty funny where she plays like the straight man and can still get a laugh, opposite of Macaulay Culkin's Kevin there. But man, just really going from being a kid and seeing her, not being like ridiculously silly to seeing what she did, and Waiting for Guffman and Best in Show and A Mighty Wind and all that kind of stuff. Christine, it's going to be, that's a good question. I was thinking it would be 10 p.m. Eastern, but we're probably going to bump it up because it's a work night for some folks. So I would say probably 9 o'clock Eastern tomorrow. How about this, Antonis? As we watch the movie, I'll let you know which one my favorite is. We got Christina Marie joining us. What's happening, Christina? Hope you are doing well. Thank you so much for hanging out. You were kicking it with the Death Squad. I feel like I've seen you maybe in the chat before, once or twice. I think we follow each other on a social media or two. So thank you so much for jumping in. We're going to get going with the movie here very, very shortly, guys. I swear that that's what we're going to do. Article that Ray read said she succumbed to a brief illness. Yeah, I mean, I guess at that age, who knows? If something that most people can just deal with at a younger age, if it would just be a little bit tougher, on your internal organs and stuff. Yeah, everyone's mom. Definitely got that kind of vibe, yeah. Oh, let's see what else we got here. What's so good about being a ghost if you can't scare people away? Exactly. That's a great quote right there. Yeah. I knew I recognized you from out and about, Christina. So thank you so much for giving us a shot over here. I hope you have a good time. I'm a bit of a movie nerd, so as we're watching, I'll have the IMDb pulled up. We'll get into a whole bunch of nerdy factoids. We'll have some fun. And I guess, guys, now that we've said hello to everyone, we might as well just go ahead and jump on into the movie, right? Why the heck not? Let me get this going here. I'm just going to bring up our timer. That way you guys can watch along. What the heck's going on here? Where is it? There we go. There it is. All right. Probably going to want to make that full screen. Okay. Sweet. You guys can see that? Excellent. All right. So we're 5 seconds in on the timer. Once we get 5 seconds into the movie, I will go ahead and push play on that timer there. What do you guys think of the neon green Davey Deathray logo? I just figured I'd go with it since Beetlejuice kind of has that, close to that color, in its artwork and everything. Okay, sweet. So let me go ahead and finish setting all this up over here. Okay, there we go. I'm just going to get the movie all ready to rock here. Yeah, Prince, it does a little bit of a St. Patrick's vibe. I was thinking it was kind of a hot green, but I see what you're saying. I mean, any green, really. I'll probably do a separate St. Patty's Day logo. That could be fun. Yeah, I went for that. It's that Incredible Hulk, the Joker, and Beetlejuice. They've got that purple and green, good stuff. Reminds me of two of my favorite flavors of Now and Laters, grape and lime. Lime flavored Now and Laters are like the best candy. Although you guys would probably vote them in the bottom. You'd probably put them in the bottom because I like them. Okay. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and pause the music. So let's do that with the music. There we go. All right, guys, we are going to get the movie rolling here. I'm just about to push play. So I will do a 3, 2, 1 play. I'll push play on play. And then I'll get the timer going once we hit that 5-second mark. So here we go. This is 1988's Beetlejuice, starring Alec Baldwin, Gina Davis, Michael Keaton, Catherine O'Hara, Winona Ryder, and Duder, whose name is slipping my mind, but he is the creep that they cut out of the second movie, the sequel. He was Principal Rooney in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. His name is Jeffrey something. I don't know. He's a total creep. Anyways, we're going to get this going here in 3, 2, 1, play. All right, there we go. Got the Geffen logo up on the screen. I dig that old Geffen logo. It always makes me think of Little Shop of Horrors, guys. That's what it makes me think of. It's one of my favorite movies of all time right there. The Geffen Company presents. Let me just make sure I got IMDb pulled up over here. Guys, this must have been one of the first movies Tim Burton did. It might have been his second movie after Pee-wee. I think it might be. Let's take a look at all that when we bring up the IMDb here. Got this great, the music is just absolutely incredible. Jeffrey Jones is the creep's name. Yeah, there we go. I love the little town that they've got here. And man, for how much credit Tim Burton gets for his visual stylization, I think a big reason why there's so much whimsy in his movies is the Danny Elfman music. I'm just guessing this is Danny Elfman. Like, it's got to be. I guess I'll eat my hat if I'm wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure I can tell without even just pulling into my memory banks here. Just very playful. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, there's just something so rambunctious about the music here. Yeah, Danny Elfman was never you could never accuse the guy of being lazy. But I am curious to see which movie, which number movie this is for Tim Burton here. And guys, let me know in the chat. I am gonna jump back in there, but let me know in the chat what your favorite Tim Burton film is. And tell me what your favorite Catherine O'Hara performance is. Maybe it's Home Alone 2. Maybe it's a movie I haven't even brought up yet. Let me know. That is a just a tiny little tarantula, huh? I mean, it's big for a spider, but kind of small for a tarantula, right? And for whatever reason, IMDb wants to tell me all about the producer Tim Burton, but not the director. And we've got that I believe that's Harry Belafonte playing there in the background. Okay, so yeah, I guess this was the second feature film directed by Tim Burton. He had directed other short films and TV shows and stuff like that. A couple TV shows in between Pee-wee and Beetlejuice, but it's the second feature film. Okay, let me jump back on over with you guys and see what you all are saying here. Alec Baldwin is like so young and like slim looking in this movie. Okay, all right, jumping in here. We're gonna catch up with you guys in the chat as we watch. We got the most perfect couple here, you know. There we go. Christina's favorite colors. All right. What's happening, King Matthew? Hope you are doing well. Now and laters are bottom tier candy. Holy crap. Don't make me say something mean about Art the Clown just cuz, Erica. Slasher Fred says, I think what makes Beetlejuice such a fantastic movie is it feels like a haunted house movie, but in reverse. Yeah, it is a different, they're taking a typical haunted kind of story and yeah, reverse or like turning it inside out, right? Yeah, I guess that counts as reverse. Yeah. Yeah, it's a very creative way of telling this kind of story and having it still be kind of fresh. And Christina watches this every October. I watch it pretty often as well. I don't think I watched it this spooky season. Christina, I was I was busy starting a crusade that I've really dove into this year. I watched like 30 some movies I had never seen before during spooky season. And guys, so far this year, I've watched 30 movies I've never seen before in 2026. I think I might be able to watch 365 first time movies for me in 2026. Yeah, it's a classic opening, man. Yeah, he has a whole bunch of there's like a Hansel and Gretel short. There's a whole bunch of stuff here on IMDb that I didn't know about. Yeah, all and even right here, we've got a shot of the house, and there's just something so bouncy and playful, and I'll just use the word again, whimsical. I think that's like I don't know. Let me know if you think there's a better word to describe Danny Elfman's music. I think whimsical, like that's the most appropriate like adjective I think for what he does. All right, so we talked about it at the same time. There we go. I wasn't even looking at the chat. Didn't even have it pulled up there. Christina, I didn't like the second Beetlejuice movie very much. Unfortunately, it was just kind of to me it felt like a big rehash. It had a couple of kind of new elements, but it really felt like a remake of this movie. You know, they added in Beetlejuice's like ex-wife or whatever. She was pretty inconsequential. Monica Bellucci's character. She kills characters that we don't even like know or care about. You don't really affect the story. And then even though I loved Willem Dafoe, like he's kind of pointless too. they do the whole thing where they people get possessed to sing a song again. There's a wedding to like essentially save Beetlejuice or give him some sort of extra lease on life or whatever. Um, very similar elements. And other than Michael Keaton's really awesome performance, and I thought Justin Theroux was actually pretty funny too, being so over the top, like such a ridiculous, like big city phony. But everyone else, I felt pretty underwhelmed with the rest of the movie, unfortunately. I really wanted to love it. I did. Yeah, they do a great job here. I don't know how their car loses that control like that on a beautiful day like this. There's no ice, there's no rain. That's wild. I guess they really had shitty brakes, or she accelerated instead of hitting the brake. Which I guess in a moment of panic, maybe you would push the wrong thing. Um, but yeah, they have a really sweet natural kind of chemistry. Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis here. They're both, really natural performers, funny without having to like really sell it. Gina Davis is just absolutely gorgeous here, particularly in the mid 80s. I mean, she's just the fly and this movie. She's got kind of a different look, but it's nice. It's nice. What's happening, Adrian? Hope you're doing well, brother. Thank you so much for jumping on in. Let's see here. Yeah, he's done a lot, man. He's a very, very active individual. What? I'm a big spider fan, guys. I just think they're fascinating. Like, I think spiders to me, they're just so beautiful. They are freaky deaky, don't get me wrong, but I just think they're really cool. Home Alone and voicing Sally in Nightmare Before Christmas. And I'm guessing she did her own singing, right? Because I know she has, a fantastic singing voice. That's what I'm guessing. And I know Danny Elfman did Jack's singing voice. Does he do Jack's speaking voice too? Hmm. I don't think he did, but maybe he did. Batman 89 for me has got to be a big one. I really love Batman Returns as well. And Ed Wood, I think, is probably like my, you know, that's like my low key favorite. Like Ed Wood might be my very favorite Johnny Depp performance. Like I kind of love bad movies, growing up watching Mystery Science Theater. So Ed Wood is just like a celebration of all of that. At least do they figure it out relatively quickly? Like we don't know how long has been like how long has passed in the real world, right? It's been some time. Yeah, I think the cartoon is pretty fun, Slasher Fred. I've got so on the Blu-ray copy, I'm sure plenty of people out there have like the whole series on Blu-ray, but the copy that I've got of just Beetlejuice the movie, I think it has 2 episodes of that cartoon on there. Sleepy Hollow's great. Yeah, I rewatched that relatively recently. Maybe it was November. Yeah, it's got to be fun to return to that character. What's happening, Blu-ray? Hope you're doing well. Guys, if you're joining now, we are watching Beetlejuice. We got the timer going right next to me. And I even have a link pinned in the chat if you want to watch along. We're just, we're celebrating Catherine O'Hara's legacy and career. Now, she's not in the movie yet. So we're just kind of talking about the movie. But yeah, it was like watch Beetlejuice or watch Best in Show, which I freaking love Best in Show. But Beetlejuice, a little more on the horror side. So there we go. Oh, thank God. I thought I was the only one talking about Beetlejuice. I wasn't a fan of the sequel either. I hardly felt anything. I went to the movie with my ex-wife. And She was really looking forward to it, and I think she liked it more than me, but I was sitting there the whole time thinking, "Wow, this is, like, the most unnecessary sequel." Hey there, Jamie, our original Death Squad mod, guys, one of our great channel members, saw Beetlejuice in the theater. There you go. Guys, I remember watching this on it must have just come out on VHS, so it probably was 88, maybe 89, depending on when, in the year of 88 the film came out. Um, but yeah, I remember seeing it on VHS when it had just come out. My parents rented it, and I loved it as a kid. I remember thinking, like, by the end of the movie, I was like, "That was it? Like, the movie's over already?" Like, I wanted to watch it again. You got that, Harry Belafonte in the background. Like, I can really hear it. It's so funny when you watch a movie with headphones on, and another thing I've been doing lately is I just watch everything with captions. I know, I'm an old person, but what I've found is even though I can pick up on most everything that's being said in a movie, sometimes the captions will even caption what somebody's saying off screen, and then every now and then I might get, like, a little sentence or half sentence where I'm like, "Oh, I've always missed that when it's been spoken." Um, and then, like, I can hear the music so much better. So with, I keep on hearing that Harry Belafonte song, never noticed it before. And this is funny because Ray and I, have been watching the Paranormal Activity movies through Discord. There she is. Look at her. You know what? I didn't wanna say this earlier when we were talking because we are like, she's everyone's mom from Home Alone. I always thought she was, like, kind of a total smoke show too. Um, although, strictly as a kid when watching Home Alone, I'm like, yes, she's got a very maternal, performance. But as I got older, I was like, she is pretty hot and really funny. That increases the hot points. Believe it or not, if you are funny, can sing, uh, I don't know, just have a charming, endearing personality, that can raise the hot points. There we go. We got the inspiration for every goth girl out there, really. I mean, come on. We got Lydia. Lydia Deets. Give me the deets. Um, I'm pretty sure no one had ever thought of that. I'm pretty sure this is where the inception of the idea of Hot Topic came to be, was just Lydia Deets in Beetlejuice. Okay, let me catch up with the rest of the chat here. Let's see what we got. Yeah, I never watched this show yet. I'm well aware of it and everything. I've just never seen any episodes. To me, it looked very similar to like Arrested Development kind of vibe. Oh my god, they're amazing. Come on now. Come on now, Christina. Think of how many bugs would be crawling all over you now if it weren't for spiders. Think about it. Think about it. Now, is this the same guy? Is this the dude that's in the Ernest movies? Is this the guy? What's his name? Glenn Shaddix? Glenn Shaddix. Okay. Planet of the Apes, Sleepwalkers, Nightmare Before Christmas. Okay, maybe I'm just crazy. What would he have been in? The Christmas one? Oh, he's in Demolition Man? I guess not. I guess not. I'm thinking of somebody totally different. Not as refined as this guy, but similar. Similar. What's happening, Steph? Welcome on in. Hope you are doing well. We're just hanging out watching Beetlejuice. Chris Sarandon in Jack's talking voice. Okay. Yeah, I knew it was somebody else. Thank you so much, Slasher Fred. Appreciate you, bud. Jamie's favorite movie with Catherine O'Hara is Waiting for Guffman. Maybe Best in Show. I love Christopher Guest films, says Jamie. Yeah, they are so funny. Jamie, the first time I watched Waiting for Guffman, I had to rewind the one scene where Christopher Guest does his like dance move or his dance routine with the backwards jeans on. I had to watch that like 4 times. I couldn't stop laughing. But she's amazing in all of his movies. I something about what is her name? Is it Bunny? Is that the name of her character in Best in Show? I think so. They did a live performance of the songs from Nightmare at the Hollywood Bowl. I cry every time I watch. I swear I saw that video pop up in my feed. I'll have to check it out. His response is great. I mean, Jeffrey Jones is a total creep, separating the art or the performance from the person's personal life. His performances are very funny. Ferris Bueller, this movie, and Who's Harry Crumb, those all really stand out to me as strong performances. Total creep. This is all really good stunt work and good practical work. There was even a little bit of a digital thing there with the head floating or the head, having a green screen down here. Good stuff. Still looks good. What's happening, Bronson? Welcome on in, man. One of our great channel members. Bronson asks, have you seen Orange County? Yes, I watched that in the theater, but I have not seen it since. So I totally had forgotten that she was even in there. She plays the mom, right? Yeah. I remember thinking it was funny, not quite as big as MTV was hyping it up to be, because I think it was an MTV Films movie. All right. Antonis's favorite Tim Burton film is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. There you go. Yeah, maybe not the most common choice, but I think depending on when you like were a kid or when you grew up, I can totally see people picking that one. I prefer the original, the Willy Wonka version. But yeah, I think if you were a kid when that version came out, I can totally see it. This is my art and it is dangerous. That's another good quote. Slasher Fred's got them all, guys. Yeah, 88 was solid. Let's see what other, now that we've got that brought up, I'm going to just go ahead and look them up. 1988 movies. Well, I mean, you've got what? Evil Dead 2 is one of them for horror. Child's Play. Scrooged came out. There's a whole bunch. Nightmare 4. Halloween 4. Killer Clowns. Hey, License to Drive. That came out in 88. Witchcraft, Black Roses. Yeah. Yeah. It cracks me up that he's just like the most normal kind of dude, but he seems like a weirdo because he's not a weirdo. Oh yeah, Heather's has that kind of dark element, doesn't it? I've seen The Exorcist. So wait, Bronson's saying he's seen The Exorcist 167 times. Is that right? And it keeps getting funnier every single time I see it. Not to mention the fact that you're talking to a dead guy. Now, what do you think? You think I'm qualified? Oh, is that a quote from it? You're reading it. That's a quote from this movie. I was like, wait a minute, Bronson. Tara, what's happening? Welcome on in. Tara says my favorite Tim Burton movie is Edward Scissorhands, but with Danny Elfman music, it's 2002's Spider-Man. All right. Betelgeuse. Are they has that show kept on going or did they have they ended that already? 2 degrees. Well, out here it reached 80 today. It's 64 right now. 64 and clear. What's happening, Joel? Hope you're doing well, buddy. Great to see you. I bet it's gotta be cold out there in Michigan. Stay warm, Christina, and go blue, you know? Yeah, I've heard that, Bronson. I've never seen that movie. I don't think I have anyways. I think I've seen an episode or 2 of the TV show, but I don't think I've ever seen that movie. Certain people can. Yeah, that is a really underrated one as well. Yeah. I watched that one in the theater, and I watched A Mighty Wind in the theater as well. Yeah. Oh my gosh, stay tuned. Is that John Ritter? I think it is. I watched that movie on VHS. Yeah, I haven't seen it since it came out. Maybe I'd like it. I liked it just fine. It just I thought it was gonna be, like, raucously wild time. We got Jeff from John Doe Juggalo hanging out with us. What's happening, Jeff? Hope you are doing well, buddy. I saw that you got to catch a double feature with your lady at the theater. It's pretty all right. Double features at the theater are fun. Oh, I will absolutely, Bronson. Yeah, that review will be dropping shortly here. So this is they just tell Michael Keaton, like, "You get to do whatever you want." Is he wearing, like, padding around his stomach to make it look like he's got a little bit of a gut? Because I bet he was relatively slender here. It is just a wild performance. I love it. It's I don't even know how you get inspired to write some of that dialogue. It's incredible. I need to see Big Fish again. It's been a long time. But I've never seen Dark Shadows either. Sleepy Hollow, I think, is like that is a really nice underrated Tim Burton pick. Because it's got this Hammer Films kind of feel. It's got some of the actors as well from those movies, but it's also got like half of the actors from Harry Potter are in there. Jeffrey Jones is in there. Yeah, I'd say so. Adrian, I did see his version of Planet of the Apes in the theater, and I really didn't like it. I think it's pretty bad, pretty rough. 107 is the weather in Australia. Well, it is summer there, right? Yeah, that sounds about right. 107, I guess, depending on where you live. I live in the Phoenix area in Arizona, and it gets, oh my gosh, it's at least 107 for far too long. This last summer, I think we topped out at like 125. Fucking ridiculous. And there's so many more, Jamie. All right. So not very many. Not no Edward Scissorhands. Guys, if you are a Tim Burton fan and you've not seen Ed Wood, based on the director, it is such a damn good movie. I can't recommend it enough. Martin Landau as Bela Lugosi, even Sarah Jessica Parker doesn't ruin it. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. It's nice just seeing a little like when I see that, I'm like, oh, like it makes me want to go see a movie. And it makes me very happy for both of you that you guys have found your person and that you guys, still loving life together. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Zach jumps in. Welcome on in, Zach, and says, "Rest in peace, Catherine O'Hara. Without you, Kevin wouldn't have been left home alone. I thank you for the memories of watching that movie with my family at Christmas time every year." It's true. It is kind of mom's fault, right? And she really only makes it there a minute before the rest of the family. Yeah, kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Yeah, yeah, it's pretty great. Health vouchers. Mm. I love like the fed up bureaucratic worker. It's hilarious. Yeah, I just remember it being pretty cheesy, you know, like Mark Wahlberg isn't the most like serious actor. I even like I didn't like Tim Roth. I think it was just a bit more, it was a bit too over the top. Yeah, there were just some weird decisions in that one. Yeah, Ed Wood's amazing. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Ghost in the Dark kills. Says 26 days until Scream 7. Yeah, that's true. It is true. It is going to be here soon, folks. I'm curious to see if we're going to get a second trailer during the Super Bowl. We just might. Yeah, Christina, it's really good. It's black and white. Johnny Depp, Bill Murray, Martin Landau, Sarah Jessica Parker, um, Jeffrey Jones is in there as well. Who else is in there? It's really good. I highly recommend it. Prince asks, "What did you watch this week, Davey, with a winter vibe in it?" The Hateful Eight. I have not watched The Hateful Eight this year. Um, just watched Paranormal Activity: The Ghost Dimension last night with Ray, and that has a wintry vibe. The creativity with the, with the with the magic tricks and the practical effects and just the, you know, film magic kind of use of effects here are fucking fantastic. This movie is ambitious as all get out. Yeah, I'll have to throw it on my list of movies. I've got a spreadsheet now. I'm keeping track of all of it. And I'm on Letterboxd. I've been logging all the movies I've been watching. Guys, I have watched over 2,000 movies in my life. So, and I just keep on going through and adding more as I can. So this guy just has to get around by being dragged on a string. All right. Oh, nice. 4K of Airplane. Oh, and you've never seen it, Blue? Airplane's one of my favorite movies of all time. I think it's one of the greatest comedies of all time. 5 stars. I've heard really good things about Send Help, and I really want to go check it out. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Pretty bad. We have one more Paranormal Activity to watch. Oh, sweet. Christina liked it as well. Heck yeah. I've heard a lot of good things about it, mostly good things. Yeah, I think Edward Scissorhands is really good. Yeah, for sure. Winona Ryder. It's got what Vincent Price is in there at the very beginning. Not Alan Alda, Alan Arkin is in there. He's really funny. Even Anthony Michael Hall is really good there. We're in a shitty version of our house. It's got all this bullshit modern art crap. All right, there we go. Edward Scissorhands is in Ray's top 3 Tim Burton movies. It is like the production design is absolutely gorgeous. I love that kind of sterile 60s kind of look to everything. The mid-century modern kind of vibe. I am serious, and don't call me Shirley. What's happening, Paula? One of our great channel members. How are you doing? Welcome on in. I like the first one quite a bit. I haven't seen the second one in a really long time. I love she's I love that she's given them the business here. Like, yeah, I've heard that you guys don't know what the hell you're doing. I believe it's like June 26th or something like that, Prince. Late June. Oh no, not tarot. So they didn't write the character to smoke. She just smoked anyways. I love the slit in her neck that's leaking out all the smoke too. It's a great effect. They don't even really, like, say what he did other than basically he does not he's a nonconformist, and that's the problem with Beetlejuice. He's too punk rock for him. "You don't. Leave me alone, bitches." Yeah, she's like, "I ain't even answering that question. I'm so fucking out." So I've got the Beetlejuice IMDb pulled up here, just looking at the trivia. We can just pop in here every now and then and share some little factoids with you guys. Love the little model here. Before they had drones, you know. It's really cool the way they approximated, like, when they do the close up on yeah, when you've got this kind of look where it's actual human actors on the miniature set, you know? Um, Now I've had a regular Clark bar that's like a Butterfinger. Is a Zagnut different than that? Hmm, but Beetlejuice ate a fly. There we go. Robert Goulet. Okay, so one of the little factoids here, it says Michael Keaton came up with much of the character's look himself. Keaton told the makeup department he wanted mold on his face and his hair looking as if he'd stuck his finger in an electric socket. And he requested that the wardrobe department send him clothes from all different time periods. I did not know that. Michael Keaton even once said that it was his favorite film that he had been in, this first Beetlejuice. So what, he's getting fired because he doesn't live in the city. Is that how bad people is that really the way people in the city look at everybody else? They're like, You don't even live in New York anymore. You're dead to me." Maybe. Maybe. Those sheets were $300, the white sheets with, like, dots. Death shrouds. The shrimp hand scene in Beetlejuice. Have we gotten there already? Shrimp hands? I don't know. Maybe I've missed it. Zagnut has toasted coconut in it. All right, there we go. Yeah, and I've only had a Clark bar once. Catherine O'Hara just waking up from a nap to turn the TV off and going back to bed. Makeup all smeared. Yeah, it is odd that he didn't do, any of those, but didn't he produce or do something with the animated Addams Family movies? Yeah, I remember that. I'm trying to picture characters with shrimp hands. Yeah, the hands that come out of the drinks, like, I mean, love that. Or not the drinks, but you know what I mean, shrimp cocktails in a cocktail glass. They don't know what Night of the Living Dead is? Come on. Her classic line. She was way better as an actor when she was, like, very young, because she is not I don't think Winona is really the strongest performer, but she's great in this. I think it just all kinda depends. What's happening, Connie Pasco 8251? Welcome on in. You're kicking it with the Death Squad. We are watching Beetlejuice. I saw a featurette the other day, and they did a TV spot. Yes, I've seen those. Yeah, I obsessively, reload Bloody Disgusting and check for news and stuff and all that. Was hoping there would be, like, more to talk about with that featurette. It's not really much, I don't think. Yeah, you guys gotta up your frigging game if you wanna scare these people. And I love how they just built, like, impractical additions to the house. If this was so this was, like, in 1988, this was the high fashion. It's very interesting to me. There's, like, the privacy glass on that island in the kitchen, but then it's, like, a granite top. I'm just trying to, like, wrap my head around all this. It looks like an insane person decorated the house. I guess that's the point. Beetlemeyer. Get to the Beetlejuice. Come on. There's more of that whimsical music. Oh, okay. So earlier when I was like, I don't know how you get inspired to write the Beetlejuice lines, I'm reading here on the IMDb that Michael Keaton ad-libbed a lot of those lines. The music is just friggin' killing it. So it's interesting, like, so his name is spelled that way, like, it does look like Betelgeuse or whatever, Beetlejuice. Can someone tell me, and I'll try to find it here in the IMDb trivia. Did they name the movie Beetlejuice? Did they spell the name Beetlejuice the way they did on the movie or for the movie's title just because it was easier to read, like, more phonetically, doable? I don't know. I love that it's like that cork. That's so friggin' hilarious. But why is fragile written so small on that box? It says Catherine O'Hara met her future husband, production designer Bo Welch, while making the film. According to Welch, Tim Burton said he should ask her out near the end of filming. Quote, "It didn't even occur to me that I was even supposed to talk to actors. But since Tim told me to do it, I did, and then we dated and we're married, and here we are today." And I think they were still together up until she passed. He's like Bugs Bunny, like kissing your woman and dropping her. I love how, like, immediately uncomfortable they are. So, kinda going along with, something I think Slasher Fred had said earlier, this trivia factoid says, "The idea for the movie came after Poltergeist was a hit movie, but the idea of Bad Ghost was flipped. The people who moved into the house would be the designated villains." Save that guy for later, huh? I'm the ghost with the most, babe. There we go. It's pretty much the same trajectory he goes on when he does his, "You wanna get nuts? Let's get nuts," from, Batman. Take care, bud. Have a good one. Yeah. Yeah, maybe it was, that's what fashion was for people that had too much money that, more money than they knew what to do with. Yes. We've talked about it live before for sure, Ghost in the Dark Hills. Not sure if you're still here, but yeah, I was on his channel in back in November, I think. Yeah. Yeah, Jake, I love Jake's channel. Jake's great. But I mean, I do, whatever kind of collab with him whenever. Oh, thanks. Oh, thanks. Sometimes I use a voice and people think that I'm doing a Beetlejuice impression, and that's not even what I mean. He's so great, Keaton. There we go. The honk honk when grabbing the crotch, I think that's really important too. I think we can never forget that. Save that guy for later. Go ahead, make my millennium. Mhm. That's Dick Cavett in there, right? Oh, very cool. Kristen Shell dropping in with a little, fact there. The tree was not meant to fall when Keaton kicked it, and, he improv'd the line, "Nice fucking model." They're like, "Great, the goth girl's talking about ghosts." I'm just stuck in the moment here, guys. Sorry. We got the Deo song. They had to have had the song playing, like, on the set, right? She's got it timed so friggin' well here. Again, caught in the moment, guys, sorry. I'm thinking now, I'm, like, imagining watching this, you know, I'm Jamie Hart, I'm watching this movie in the theater in 1988, and what you think when a scene like this starts, when they're start singing Deo or, dancing and mouthing it. And to have to learn this choreography, but, like, you have to look confused while you're doing it. I saw The Other Guys one time, not long after it came out. I don't remember too much from it, though. Yeah, we got more spiders being mentioned, I like that. More tarantula love. There we go. Shrimp cocktail hands. Critical overlord has arrived. What's happening? CO. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining us. We are just watching Beetlejuice. And what are we? We're like 55 minutes in. So really we're right there, nuzzled up against the third act of the film. Yeah, it just must have been pretty wild. It just comes out of nowhere. There are so many movies, Tara, that I have never seen Keaton in. I haven't even seen Birdman. And did that win? It won Best Picture, didn't it? I think so. 50,000 back then was a little bit more. The maniacal laughing and the immediate, like, trying to turn it into something for profit, just being totally weaselly about it. Yeah, hilarious. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. I mean, I've heard of, nothing but great things since, it came out. But so far, I've watched 30 movies this year that I've never seen before. So I will get around to all of these movies at some point. At some point. Her hair is fucking awesome. Lydia's hair right here is just so ridiculous. I love it. If you guys have followed the channel for some time, I've got a hair thing. Wild hair. I love it. Give me all your wild, crazy hair. Let me know in the chat what YouTubers have which YouTuber do you think has the best hair? I want to know. And mostly so I can figure out if there are any YouTubers I should be watching that I don't. But yeah, her hair is incredible right here. Love it. Big old gnarly bird's nest. Think it's great. That was a really interesting, like, zoom in on the one stare. Do any of you guys watch, there's a reviewer named Decker Shadow, and he always introduces himself like Hello, Internet. This is Decker Shadow, the Internet personality with the best hair. He always says that. Love the harp. More whimsy, of course. Yeah, me too. He's really fun, huh? I dig his stuff. I don't know if I think he's got pretty rockin' hair, but I don't know. Mel from My Killer Podcast, I think she's got the best hair on YouTube. That's just me. It's only a model. This guy's flat top is impressive. Does anyone know, can you buy that actual book? Has anyone written that book? The handbook for the recently deceased. I'm guessing you can get a prop that looks like it's that book, but has anyone actually, like, written one out? Yeah, M is great. She's got one of the best voices. I've seen her a few times. I'm just like, yeah, I guess I would have to go back and watch. I know she appeared on, what was it, Jamie Kennedy's social media because she met him at a con, which is pretty awesome. And I did see her. She was on Sledgehammer Horror and she showed herself. Yeah. What's happening, Corey? We got Corey from Wilkie's Movies and Music. Hope you're doing well, bud. I just can't get over how awesome Winona's hair is here, this part of the movie. What's worse, guys, snakes or spiders? What do you think? That is a little freaky deaky. I'll say that. Yeah. A little nightmarish there. I'll swallow your soul. I'll swallow your soul. Yeah, I remember who he played in the movie. I just only watched the movie once, but yeah, I remember little bits of it. See, I think I'm just more afraid of snakes than spiders. I think so. Because I've been on walks here in Arizona where you come across a snake or you realize one's right next to you because they're rattlers and you hear the rattle. And that to me is scarier than any spider could be. Yeah, there's just no pleasing these teenagers. They're tough, man. A lady, teenage girl, she's just gonna hate you no matter what. What can you do? He's been in a drunk driving accident on the model. Yeah, can't he just suck those all back in? Come on. Yeah, I was on a walk like a year and a half ago because somebody who used to be in my life dragged me out on one at night. I did not want to do it. And of course, turned the corner. It was dark, walking on a trail, heard a hiss and a rattle, and we both booked it out of there. Yeah, because that can't be fun to get bitten by a, rattlesnake. Any snake really, but do not wanna get poisoned. These bitches are back. Yeah, we talked to Beetlejuice. I know we weren't supposed to. So they spelled Beetlejuice the right way in the closed captions with the G, Betelgeuse. Mm. They're the only ones ever that have struggled with, life after death. What happened to these football players? They're wearing their gear. What happened to where they were wearing their gear when they met their demise? Yeah, good old sunning snakes. I love spiders. I know, it's not a popular opinion. A bus crash, but would they be wearing their gear? That's what I thought, like, plane or bus crash, but I'm like, you wouldn't be wearing your football helmets and everything. I mean, if you were, maybe you would have survived. I don't know. It's a very interesting porch they have with the useless wall there. This is every teenager writing their first poem, right? She's got some pretty rough handwriting. Not trying to judge her too much here, but it's pretty rough. Get the deets out of there. You got to get the deets out. Yeah, I bet you see totally different kind of bugs out there in Florida. I'm here in the desert, so we still have them, but it's different when you don't live in a humid place. Now, how did you get extra eyeballs? Come on, Alec. That's pretty awesome. They're both pretty good. Both pretty killer designs. I like that. Yeah, if they fly, I trust them even less. Yeah, I have a tough time trusting the flying creatures. They can do whatever they want pretty much. Okay, so it probably is a bus crash. You especially wouldn't be wearing your gear on a plane. I guess I could see it on a bus. Yeah, it must have. Yeah, I mean, he said crash, so you guys must be right that it's a bus crash. Oh my god. So yeah, they basically in the sequel, they basically do the same plot just with Jenna Ortega's character, right? Where he wants to marry her to be free of death's grip, right? Yeah. Bears and the water where I grew up. Those are the two scariest things. He's hilarious here. Oh, Lydia. Beetle. Orange beetle. Beetle. And that's, I guess, why they call it Beetlejuice, or why they spell it that way for the title. I'm really stuck on that thing. Absolutely, Paula. Yes, love to all the mods. And to our channel members and Patreon members, of course. Don't need to You think this is really them wearing these prosthetics, or do you think they're just overdubbing the voices after? Yeah, there's so many great quotes here. Too many to count. Beetle. No, he's a lying sack of shit, Lydia. You do not want to be dead, Lydia. Getting another poll ready for you guys. Decon. My name is David Conway, so Decon. That works for that. All right, here we go with a brand new poll. All right, there we go. Got a fresh new poll for you guys there in the chat. Robert Goulet. Goulet was great in so in 88 he was also in Scrooged. He has like the tiniest little cameo in Scrooged. And then of course he was in, Naked Gun 2 and a half in the early 90s. He's the villain of that movie. He had a nice little bit of an acting career there. Otho. Yeah, this movie, it's interesting, like, when I look at some of this stuff, like, late '80s, early '90s, it's fun, especially Otho. I'm like, "This guy looks like he would have belonged in, like, the Flintstones movie or something like that." Oh, man. Again, Lydia's hair is top notch here. Mm. Oh, man, this is when they bring them back, they've got that sad look on their face. It's like the poor unfortunate souls from, Little Mermaid is what it reminds me of. Thank you so much, Tara. Yeah, I mean, it's just it's when these people end up passing away, we lose more and more every year as time goes on. It's just nice to take a pause and, just pull focus over to, part of their career. This guy is fucking up, Otho. Mm-mm. Wild. And she just immediately starts withering. Ugh. That's a crazy effect. Goulet. I can't help but think of, Will Ferrell doing his Robert Goulet impression. Mm-mm. They're like, "We thought this was gonna be a little more exciting than deathly frightening." Oh, and she is completely withered up now. She looks straight up like the ghost face mask. Ugh, crunchy hand. That whole thing about for better, for worse, and in sickness and in health, about that. Like, you even knew what you were getting into in the first place, Otho. We're doing her laziest goth girl jog. Is this the only time he wears his, like, stripes, huh, in this movie? She has no idea what she's getting into. Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. Heyo. Poor unfortunate souls. Here we go. We're back to the theme, the beautiful Danny Elfman theme. Truly nightmarish version of Beetlejuice. Oh my god. Not too dissimilar to the way some of the characters look in Batman Returns here. I guess they might be dead, those people now. He is just like all jacked up. I love it. It's hilarious. Hey there, Jamie. Welcome on in. Yeah, it is a total classic. We're just kind of wrapping up now. There's probably about 10 minutes left. Um, but yeah, it's an absolute classic. And yeah, we just wanted to watch this one for, to celebrate Catherine O'Hara's career. I love that they put Otho in it's kind of like a leisure suit there. It's like Eddie from Christmas Vacation. He was a huge, beastly, bulging man in a blue leisure suit. The dowry's on me, Dad. Yeah, I hope 2026 is going well for you, Jamie. We're cruising along nicely. It is guys, January was by most metrics and analytics the most successful month that the channel's ever had as far as like views and subscriber count. Yeah, you guys have been amazing. January's been awesome. So, thank you for making 2026 get off on a very good foot, everyone. And you can help it continue to be on a good foot by checking out my most recent video where I dive into the Heroes of Haddonfield from the new Halloween video game coming out in September. See that one thing that's about to grab Catherine O'Hara? That reminds me of a Christmas tree cookie mold that my mom has. This guy's just like, what? Beetlejuice has this creepy character as a like on retainer to perform a wedding whenever he needs them. Oh heck yeah. That's great. That's awesome to hear. Um I'm sure you can't talk about anything, but if there's anything you can share that you would like to share, by all means, feel free. Or maybe, Jamie, you could just hit me up with a DM and tell me all about it. Whoop. He's got the shoes. The shoes. They're very similar to the white shoes from National Lampoon's Vacation. Remember when Eddie gets Clark the pair of white shoes? And he's like, "Oh, Eddie, you really shouldn't have." And he's like, "I remember you remarking how much you liked mine." That's twice. That's a great editing effect right there. That is such a cool editing trick. No! He's gotta say it. He's gotta say it. Oh, you could just do that whenever? You could just banish her to be with the sandworms whenever? Wouldn't you just do that right away then, if you could? So is that Monica Bellucci? That's a great effect. They're literally just rolling the toy car. That's amazing. Yeah. There you go. A little bit of a Godzilla sound? Is that what that was? Was that Godzilla? I think so. Thanks for kicking it with us, Prince. Have a great rest of your night, brother. Well, I thought there we go. StreamYard's having some issues. Um, thanks for kicking it with us, man. Have fun over there on Pat's channel. I might pop on in after this and say what's up. Justin Timber, Davey. I guess even more so with a suit jacket on, huh? But I've got, Cheryl from Evil Dead here. It's got the tagline on it too. It asks, "Can they be stopped?" God, Evil Dead's so good. So, okay, so they reverted the home back to the way it looked. I guess they paid for that switch to go back, right? Because the whole home was like totally remodeled. You cheeky bastard. All right, they're gonna let her play. Play with the spirits. Oh, Landmark Cinemas Canada is playing Contamination by Brimstone Pictures. All right, well, there we go. If you have a landmark near you, you can go check out Jamie in Contamination. Oh, and she's making art based on the I do really like it's a great ending. Like I like that the her family like found a way to, live with the ghosts as well. It's a very happy ending. But I think that's what makes like that's part of the charm of Beetlejuice is that it's got these like nightmarish things going on. It deals with life and death and like serious stuff and all that, but it is a movie that lets itself have a lot of fun. I hear you, Beetlejuice. Yeah, she's got nice legs. How are you not supposed to touch? Come on, it's got to be very tough, very difficult. So, I mean, you're dead. All it's like you don't have anything to lose, right? Oh my gosh, that's how it feels like when you're, when you're waiting. Nice little digital effect to close everything out on. So, yeah, sorry guys. Sometimes I just get sucked in when we're doing these watch parties. Good old wire work with Winona there. Oh, we got the football players. They're back, of course. Yes. Apparently died in a bus crash wearing their gear. I don't know. All right, there we go, guys. That was Beetlejuice from 1988 by Tim Burton. We got Harry Belafonte singing us out here. And I'll go ahead and get the tunage going here. There we go. All right. Well, there we go. That was fun. That's all. That movie's such a breeze. Hour and 32 minutes, hour and 29 before the credits. Let's just call it that. And yeah, the movie is so easy to watch. It hardly takes any effort at all. And thank you guys so much for kicking it with me here tonight. So I do want to let you know, tomorrow night we're going to be jumping on. It's going to be a little bit earlier. It's going to be 9 p.m. Eastern. Since it's a Sunday, we'll get going a little bit earlier. And we will go through our fan-written choose your own adventure finale for Stranger Things that I'm going to put together. So I'm just going to piece it all together here for us, and then I'll do just a read along. It'll be really chill. And then Monday night for our YouTube channel members, we've got our horror movie club. I'll get it right one of these days when I say it. We've got our horror movie club. We're going to be talking about Scream 3 and Scream 4. We're leading up to Scream 7, and then the Monday after the film drops, we'll be talking about it on there as well. So if you're not a channel member yet and you want to get in on the horror movie club, we're meeting 2 times a month for the whole year, and we're going to be, watching movies independently and then discussing them as a group. So really cool perk there for members, and 99 cents a month gets you a membership. So if you're interested, become a member and you can kick it with us. And then Tuesday I'll be on Fachi Cinema. We're gonna watch Scream 4, so it's gonna be myself, Lee from Drum Dums, and Matt, of course, watching Scream 4. I'm really looking forward to that because that's my favorite sequel in the entire franchise. And then on Wednesday night I will be back with a late night with the Davey / Hit the Bricks crossover. So a lot of fun. I'll be getting to hang out with Lee twice this week coming up. It's pretty awesome. Really appreciate you guys for kicking it with me. Thank you so very much to all the Patreon members, the YouTube channel members, our amazing group of Death Squad mods as well. And yeah, really appreciate you guys kicking it. If you haven't yet, hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you have that notification bell hit, all that good stuff, so you get alerted when I drop a new video or when I'm about to go live. And yeah, other than that, I will see you guys back here tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be hanging out. Check out my new videos that I've got dropped on the channel, and expect to see more because I am just living in an editing cave as of late. But I really do appreciate you all for hanging out. You guys are amazing. I love you so very much. And you know how we end this thing, right? I think you do. This is how we do it. Until next time, I've been and will continue being Davey Deathray. Take care.